dark fantasy RPG. Ready up. I had a chunk of chocolate in there. Hi, Kane. Oh, you're up early. No, it's not. Shh, shh. Okay, we'll check this. Tell me if it's loud enough.
Hi everyone and welcome to the first ever The Blood of Dawnwalker livestream, our game reveal event. My name is Dominika, I'm the community and social media lead here at Rebel Wolves, and I am joined today by my friend Matt, a content creator, streamer, and a long-time RPG fan, also known as Lionheart.
Thank you so much, Dominika. It is an absolute pleasure to be here live in the Rebel Wolves studio. The game's actually being made here, right?
Yes, we have 120 super talented people working on
120.
the game. And many of them are actually watching us right now, live from our company watch party.
Aww.
So huge shout out to you guys.
Hey, you can't blame them for being excited. I mean, this is a massive, massive night for the Rebel Wolves team. And for it to come under a full wolf moon, it's the perfect time for this reveal.
Full moon last
and we're
night.
so excited to see all of you guys and gals joining us on Twitch. We know time zones are tricky, so a special thank you to those of you who had to get up early or those staying up late just to be here. We really appreciate that.
Yes, and a very warm welcome as well to all of the streamers who've decided to co-stream this event live to their own communities. I can't wait to see all of your reactions later on.
Definitely. Now, many of you have been asking us about what's been going on behind our doors, and we have great news. The wait is finally over, and we are ready to unveil what we have been cooking up for the past 2 years.
Yes, that's right. There are so many exciting announcements to come
and
through
Bandai's
the rest
publishing
of this event, so I really hope you're comfortable. Now, Dominika, I think we should probably start at the very beginning. What is the Blood of Dawnwalker?
The Blood of Dawnwalker is the first chapter of a brand new role-playing saga. It's a dark fantasy, narrative-driven, epic adventure set in medieval Europe with a supernatural twist. Our aim for this game is to create a truly unique experience for you guys, a game that we have been dreaming about.
That sounds like my kind of game, I'm going to be honest. There are so many things to come tonight, and I know everyone here is really excited to share this all for the very first time. But for everyone at home, you're probably wondering, well, what does that mean for us? Well, you're going to hear more about the world, more about the lore, and for the very first time, you're going to see the full CGI trailer for the game as well. But it's not just any trailer, right?
It's not just some random trailer. It is actually the game's opening, setting up the stage for the whole game. It shows this one moment in history when the world changes forever.
Wow. I can't wait to see how well the community does, poring over every second of this trailer. In the reveal campaign so far, they've been incredible.
Oh, yes.
I'm back now.
Tell
For
me
God's
about it.
sakes.
Discord, you guys are mind-blowing.
The Discord have been incredible,
Nuts.
but soon we're going to throw it over to a bunch of the devs, and you're going to dive further into the world of Dawnwalker.
I bet I didn't
You're
forget
learn
anything
more
then.
about the characters, the lore, and the art. Then we're going to weave in a few songs as well that should really help set the mood for the game itself. I've been listening to them non-stop, and they are incredible,
I
right?
don't have DMC copyright.
Lastly, make sure you stick around
Morning
all
time.
the way through, because we also have a very brief but very real gameplay teaser as well.
Yes, and it is an actual look at the state of the game as it is right now, straight from the engine. And in the meantime, we will be checking up on your comments, so make sure to drop all your thoughts or your impressions in the chat. My teammates, MJ and Mati, are already there with you, and we'll respond whenever we can. And this is it for now.
Yes,
I'm not bringing
now.
up the chat
Let's
this time.
get into the mood with some music, and let's hear from our game director,
Please
Konrad
don't strike
Tomaszkiewicz,
mute copyright.
and our narrative director, Jakub Szamałek, who will tell you about how it all began.
That's right, friends. The time has finally come. Sit back, relax, and get ready to experience the world created by Rebel Wolves.
Right. Should I move you? I should move the camera. Oh, beautiful. Oh, I like it, that architecture. Oh, do it. Oh. I've never seen that instrument before. Move it. Ballad of Night and Day by Mikolai Stronsky. Time for sleep again, is it? Goosebumps about it. I've never seen that instrument either. I don't know. Well, it is open world. I imagine it would be character customized, wouldn't it? You'd think? It's open world, you kind of would think so.
I decided to open the Revolve company because I felt that there is a huge space for innovation and for evolution in the open world RPGs. And to achieve that,
Conrad,
you need to have independence and artistic freedom.
Jacob, the
and
narrative
sometimes you need
director.
to make hard and risky decisions. And the best way to do that is to open your own company and to make your own choices. Do you remember the second Fallout from '98?
Oh yeah, it's one of my favorite games ever, and I was so excited when you used that as a point of reference because for some time now I've been aching to return to the promise and the value of old school computer RPGs, and to combine it with modern graphics, with bleeding edge tech, with a dynamic, fast-paced combat. Merge these two together and see what comes out.
Exactly. And of course, we will not do the post-apocalyptic game. But what was really interesting in the second Fallout is the freedom. You could do there whatever you want. You exit the vault, you have the clear goal in front of you. Yeah. You don't have main quest which telling you, okay, right now do that, next do that. You just shape your own main story. And you build your own experience, and this is like the total freedom in the games.
Yeah, and as a writer, this is something that excites me about the games the most.
Hi, Cara.
The choices, the freedom, non-linearities, and I think this is something that's truly unique to video games. Like, you can't emulate that in any other medium. So I'm so glad that we are making a game that sets out to explore that space and see what else, what new is to be done there. Beautiful. So that's great.
Also, if you will add to that the sense of urgency, the time, which actually is not really explored in the video games, and day and night loop, it would be really interesting because it will make the game different.
Yeah, no, I get that because the sense of urgency is so important in the context of open world RPGs where players can become distracted and kind of get away from the main story. So finding a way to make sure that they remain invested, that they remain at the edge of their seats is so important, and I think it's something that's lacking from the games in that niche.
And if you will add to that the hero, who have the different loop at the day and different loop at the night, it makes the game really unique.
Shh, turn up. Thank you, Tyler. I kind of don't want to interrupt when they're talking, honestly. I'm kind of talking quiet. I can't get that balance right. After Cyberpunk's horrible beginning, they would have learnt a lot. So I would highly doubt this will be anything other than quite amazing. All right, let me move my head. Move my head right out the way.
It must be here somewhere.
I think it said alpha in-game footage previously, didn't it? Oh, it's in... That castle's in Poland, the one you're talking about, Cara.
It's all right. It's all right. Lunka! Don't hurt her! You gave us quite the chase, young. Please, sir. She's just a child! Ah, Roderick, remind me. Did I make an exception for children?
No, sire.
No. That would have been foolish, would it not? They spread the plague just as well as adults. And there's only one way to stamp out this sickness.
No! Sorry.
Not just a runner, but a fighter, too. Had we met under a different moon, things might have ended there.
Oh! Holy shit! She's so fast. Oh my god, it actually, that looks really not cringy like most of the other vampire characters.
Lunka! My sister.
Vampires
She
with
needs help.
swagger.
Fast. Please.
High tech.
Pass through. I beg of you. Please.
It was so fast.
Please.
Oh my god!
I don't know. How?
I am life. I am death.
Ooh, make it go right through me.
Everything in between. I have been watching your little valley. Pestilence, famine, killing. Blood spilled carelessly, like water. Things will be different now.
Oh my, nasty.
For all of you.
Eyes are so amazing. The world needs what it appears. Blood of Dawnwalker. And it's a saga too. Just letting you know.
So the game takes place 2 years after the events shown in the intro, and this is just the beginning of a greater saga we were planning. So we get to meet the character at the beginning of his adventure, which I think is really cool. And Coen in general is so much fun to write and flesh out because he's not your typical game protagonist. He's not a grizzled veteran who's seen it all, who is cynical about the world, who comments the world with like
God, for good bloody
liners.
writers, huh?
He's a young guy who, at heart, is emotional. He can get vulnerable. He's honest about how he feels.
What I like in Coen is that he'll be never a superhero. He'll be never overpowered. At the day, as a human, he can fight with a sword. He can use and discover dark magic, but he can be killed by anyone. At the night, he encountered a lot more difficult enemies. He can use some vampiric abilities, not only in combat, but also he can use it to explore the world and to see the world in a totally different way.
Yeah, and he'll need all these cool superpowers because he's facing formidable enemies. This clique of vampires who decided to take over the world, turn it upside down, and set the rules. And they are led by this super old and immensely powerful vampire called Brensis.
Because so often in nighttime cycles, you just want to go to sleep and get on with the next day.
In deep crisis.
You don't look forward to it.
First, the continent has been ravaged by the plague, then wars, and now famine. And all the while, vampires have been watching from the shadows, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. And finally, when humanity is at its lowest, they come out of the shadows, they overthrow the feudal lords, and they move into their castles.
So, all this is even nuts polished. Polish your nuts.
Vampires ruling the world is not necessarily the bad thing. Feudal lords in that time killed the whole villages to prevent, the plague. And the vampires, they defend Coen and his sister. They even healed Lunka. And, I know that people need to pay taxes in blood, but it's not a huge cost of safe and good life.
Well, to that I'd say that vampires' favors are uncertain. And sure, they protect the people of the valley where the game takes place, but they see them as cattle. So they protect them to then lead them and ultimately kill them. And the blood tax you mentioned, it's taken from everyone, the frail, the weak, the old. Each week they have to convene at the church for a blood mass. So for some people, that's deeply traumatizing or might even end up in them dying. So in the end, I'd say the balance is more or less equal. And that's something that I actually really like about our setting, this world, that nothing is simple. Nothing is just black or just white. And you have to decide for yourself, like, what do I think is the right choice? What is the path I want to take? And what is the path I want to avoid? And ultimately, Coen's family ends up in the dungeons of the Vampire Lord. And even as Coen is trying to free them, he will meet people who still support the regime.
It's even more challenging for players because Coen has only 30 days and 30 nights to save his family.
Oh my goodness.
In most games, sandbox means gameplay freedom. In our, it means narrative freedom. We don't think about the quest like the main quest or the side quest. We just have quests. Players will craft their experience through the game by themselves, and nobody will have the same, And we call it narrative sandbox.
Yeah, and that's something that really excites me because that means that no two playthroughs will be identical.
Wow.
Each player will have a unique experience. And that's the true magic of video games, and that's why I love making them.
Welcome back, everybody, and I hope you agree that that was worth the wait. Now, the best news is that
Much reposted confirms it is the Carlson Poland.
And first things
Good
first,
job.
Dominika, that trailer.
Chat so
I know,
smart.
right? And for our
beautiful.
Polish community out there, good news, we will be dropping the Polish version of the trailer with Polish dubbing on our social media channels right after the stream, so keep an eye on them.
I think a lot of people are going to want to rewatch that trailer, so I bet that they're really, really happy. But we've got a lot to unpack here, right? So you mentioned before that the trailer actually serves as the intro to the game.
Yeah.
So everything that we all just saw, that happens before the game starts?
Yeah, so the cinematic that takes place 2 years before the events from the game. So 2 years before Coen, our main protagonist, becomes a Dawnwalker.
Okay.
So you can see that in the CGI, he's still very young, he's very, inexperienced. You see that innocence in him, right? But that will need to change. The world is going to change drastically for him. He will need to grow up, he'll need to mature a bit. So you will see that in the other game assets, he looks a bit differently.
I did wonder why he looked so much younger. Clearly, Coen has had a rough couple of years. I can't wait to work out what happened in between. I think it's going to be pretty exciting. Now, but we didn't just meet Coen, right? We met his younger sister, Lunka, as well. But in the video we just saw, Conrad mentioned that she was healed. So does that mean she wasn't turned into a vampire then?
No, Lunka was indeed healed from the plague, the Black Death, by Brancis, this old vampire, leader of the vampire clique. And turning humans into vampires works a bit differently in our game. But we actually have another duo of devs who are going to talk about it in a moment.
Okay, well then I won't steal their thunder. I'll let them explain it. But I guess what I should ask is, who or what is a Dawnwalker then?
That is such a loaded question. So many layers to it, honestly. Okay, but so the basic premise is like this. Dawnwalkers look like humans during the day, but they turn into vampires after dusk. But they're not actually humans, and they're not actually vampires. They are something in between.
Okay, very mysterious. I love it. Now, Dawnwalker itself, it's a brand new IP, right?
Yeah, it is. It is completely original, and I think this is what actually makes this project really special for us, because it's a handcrafted universe.
Yes, Philippe.
Of course.
I think they'll play it
rooted
again,
in
maybe.
Real history, inspired by some myths and legends, but essentially built by our team from the ground up.
From a gamer perspective, again, knowing that you guys have full control, that you've got a vision for how this is going to be, and that you can actually implement that, it's just so exciting.
It's so exciting for us as well.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah.
Now, I could talk about this all day, but we should move on and talk about the art of Dawnwalker, the
Yes, do
world
it.
and its inhabitants, which includes vampires.
Yes, and we will meet with our art director, Bartłomiej Gaweł, and our environment artist, Adam Payet.
And we're also going to hear more about the
It's gonna
characters
be
and
beautiful.
narrative design as well, right?
Yes, and for that we will meet with our writer, Ariana Sierkiewicz, and our creative director, Mateusz Tomaszkiewicz. Take it away, guys.
Carl was right too.
Man, look at this place. That would be perfect for the writing team.
Not just for them. I love storytelling myself. Since I can remember, telling stories through images is what I love to do.
Yeah.
So when I received the first script for the Dawnwalker, I fell in love with it right away.
I think for me, what got me was the concept art when I first saw those Carpathian
Oh,
villages
that's
hugging the
right
mountain
up my
slopes,
alley.
the valleys, forests, and then also the muddy streets of Svartrau and the long shadow of the cathedral. It all felt very authentic, muddy, and also very familiar,
love
homely,
that
and well, Eastern
aesthetic.
European.
Not just Eastern Europe.
No, yeah.
It's a mix of predominantly Romanian motifs with broader influences of Balkan cultures. It gave us a freedom of creation. It's a vast range of inspiration from Polish log houses to Ukrainian or Balkan clothing to Romanian defensive churches.
That variety and that broad spectrum was also interesting to get because I never thought as an environment artist I would have to learn in Romanian how to Google specific museums just to get the references.
On the other hand, we also set a boundary for ourselves, and that boundary is a time period of inspiration ranging from the 13th to 15th century. And this is meant to ensure the visual consistency
sure,
of
no,
the
no.
work.
Yeah, and that is also quite a challenge to make sure that what you create is authentic, grounded, and has a real sense of place.
They've been working on it
But
for
at
2
the same
years.
time,
so-
isn't just a picture and invites exploration and promotes that gameplay.
I wanted to see how far we could push realism so that players truly feel part of the narrative. But this is not
Thank you,
a
Sideshow, for
simulation
talking.
of medieval life.
Not at all.
That's so beautiful.
Realism can be boring, and we wanted to create something exciting. And that's where the magic comes in.
Yes, the magic.
Our magic isn't filled with fireballs or flashy lights.
Yeah, it's probably even more interesting to get right than the realism part of it, because when a quest brief comes through and the magic is manifest by, I don't know, birds flying in the sky in a strange formation or the northern lights not being in the north, it really makes you rethink the whole location and how it should come together to marry those two aspects.
Our magic is also serious and it's closer to paranormal phenomena than to traditional spellcasting.
I think it's going to be something very special.
It's like the X-Files set in the Middle Ages, all deeply rooted in the history of the Dawnwalker world.
Yeah, and I think it's the weather and the lighting system that do majority of the heavy lifting to take a location and really push it one notch above realism to give it a slightly off feeling. I think my favorite location for that is the cathedral. During the daytime, it's that monument to Gothic architecture with people bustling around. And then as soon as the sun starts setting in and the streets clear, the fog starts setting in, and it becomes a completely transformed, different area, very spooky, almost liminal, cemetery-like space.
And that was also a very early and conscious choice on our part. We wanted the world to be a different place after the sun sets.
The visuals are top tier. I love that nighttime cycle that has purpose.
Right, so hold on. Environment art is
I'm
something
not sure.
I understand, right? I do it every day. I understand the creative process behind it, but I've never touched anything to do with character art, which is your speciality. So would you mind walking me through what was your creative process in coming up with that whole thing?
Sure. So we approached the work on vampires very seriously. It's a whole new universe. What's even better is that it's a mix of familiar elements with a fresh twist. We all know that vampires are well-defined in pop culture and have been around for a long time, so we wanted to create something fresh. So what primarily sets them apart is their teeth. Our vampire teeth keep growing throughout their lives. The older the vampire, the more teeth they have.
Oh, fuck, hey?
So instead of two sharp teeth, they have a series of needle-like fangs, densely growing from their jaws, often emerging from different parts of their skull as they age.
Holy
they
shit!
keep growing because the vampire can use them to create another vampire.
What?
And the mechanism is very simple. The vampire pulls out his fang and drives it into the heart of its victim.
Lovely.
So what's interesting is that our vampire's teeth aren't visible at first. They can extend as the mouth opens, and it looks really creepy.
Yeah, I still remember the first time that the animations came through from the character art team, showing the mouth opening and the teeth growing.
Think of that?
It was absolutely disgusting. I loved every bit of it.
Me too. Holy shit. I love having developers with brains.
So Coen's Arteria, the silver poisoning he got when he was working in the mines, is both a blessing and a curse. Because on one hand, it weakens him. On the other hand, it protects him from becoming a vampire fully. So, you know, he gets to traverse both worlds, both the world of humanity and the world of the creatures of the night.
Yeah, well, he was kind of used to dealing with the vampires since it's been like a couple years since Francis took over. Now he has to find a way to deal with things like undead lurking in ancient tombs that should have remained closed. Kobolds that used to only prey on miners going way too deep into the mines, or even Uriashists who used to live high up in the mountains, secluded, and now they are in Francis's troops.
Yeah, and they are vastly different.
Oh yeah, they all have their own separate cultures, and well, if you want to deal with
them,
it's
gonna be
I would
special.
kind of like to you should get to know them a bit, or else you might get tricked, because they all have their own goals, aspirations, now that they came out of the shadows in Francis's wake.
It's a source of a lot of tension, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of tension. Some of them can cooperate with humans, but mostly it's just new issues, new problems nobody had to deal with before.
But I think this is great because all of that tension, all of these problems are great storytelling material for us, for building all of that content. For example, Francis, he had to normalize this thing for the humanity, convince everyone this is the new normal.
Yeah. I think we are witnessing the birth of something great, I agree.
First of all, you know, there was a lot of social turmoil, and on the other hand, a lot of deeply held religious beliefs. And he twisted
What a team, though.
He turned himself into this messianic figure. So, for example, he introduced these blood masses where he feeds a human vampire blood, right? And at the same time, they have these other things like punishing criminals with, like, draining them dry.
Yeah, but some people actually liked it because once Brancis came in, he set up a new order of things. He finally got down to business, and then he locked the valley off so that nobody can touch it. No outside influence can touch it. And well, some others did not like it so much, and they began to reach into the depths of forgotten magic.
Kingdom Come Deliverance.
Like that.
Yeah, so either way you look at it, the Veil Sangora will never be the same again.
Not a chance.
Yeah, this is a nuts
That's
developer
a lot
update.
Of
Oh
building,
my
isn't it?
god!
Oh, absolutely, there are so many things we need to remember to
missed
make
the
this
intro,
into a
the music.
cohesive whole. And at the same time, you have the challenges posed by the open world itself, because there's a risk of the content being formulaic or repetitive. We handcraft all of it, and we focus on telling these unique themes we really care about.
Oh yeah, we want to talk about loss, about the meaning of family, about opposing tyranny, about trying to coexist with creatures you've never had to coexist with before.
Well, but that would be difficult to do with just Coen and Brancis, right?
Impossible, actually. We had to create a whole host of characters, and we really wanted to avoid having cardboard cutouts, like without motivations, without backgrounds.
thank
goals,
God
and
for
ambitions.
that.
But, when you meet those characters, your goals and ambitions may overlap, and you befriend them, or it may be the opposite, and you go on a warpath with them. But, given the goal that you have ahead of you,
Have
it might
good
be good to
writers.
have some friends
We're not going to have a
go along with.
problem,
Well,
are
but
we?
you could go on your own, right? If you wanted.
Well, yeah, you could just grab a sword and go storm the castle.
Yeah.
But it might be wise to, for instance, find the rebel cell and try to dismantle Brancis' rule with them. Or, I don't know, listen to what an agent from outside of Veil Sangora has to say.
Which is exactly why I
goosebumps.
love how
Yeah,
we
character
structure the
development.
game, because we offer a lot of choice in which characters do you want to interact with, which you might want to skip altogether. And also on top of that, you have this layer of non-linearities where you can decide their fates, but also the fate of Coen and his family.
Yeah, and I really like that because it gives us so much replayability. You can always choose a different path. There's something else waiting there for you.
I want
Yeah, exactly. And
it
also,
all.
on top of that, you get to find all these secrets of Veil Sangora and fill all the blanks and, explore
that's
the world.
my jam.
And yet another path might be lurking within that.
Handcrafted
They're
content
going to
is
smash
all
this,
good and
I
well.
think.
But on top of that, we also have a number of really cool gameplay systems that further feed into the narrative.
Yeah, and speaking of feeding, my favorite one is the blood hunger. It lets me play a real vampire. I don't just have to drink blood to use my cool abilities in combat, but if I talk to someone without feeding first, I might just lose control and I might eat them.
Fuck!
And it's not going to be just any random peasant that I won't care about. I can eat my best friend, and I will break my heart, and I will break my quest.
Fucking
Yeah,
hell!
so you better keep him well fed.
Yeah, definitely. Do you have a fate?
Yeah, I
so
really
fucking
enjoy the
awesome.
ones that are revolving around Brancis, because it makes him this active antagonist. This means that he will basically react to what Coen is doing. He will pass these edicts that will hinder your path. So, for example, he might set up military checkpoints that will be on your way.
That changes the world, right?
Yeah, exactly. And also, it's not just him running the show. It's also his 3 powerful vampire allies.
Yeah, when I saw them in CGI, that was such a hype moment. Finally animated, voiced, and just loved it.
Yeah, and on top of being cool characters, they also have their own spheres of influence, and you get to dismantle their organization step by step.
Eating my
making it
friends
simpler
when I
for
manage
you
hunger proper.
to
I know.
confront Brancis and free your family.
You will.
Well, when it comes to freeing your family, there's one more antagonist. That is time itself, because every time you do something important in the game, when you complete an objective or you complete a quest, time moves forward.
Yeah, but what I really like
They
about
said
this
30
also
days, 30
is
nights.
it's not like real time. You actually get to control how much of this resource you want to spend, right?
Yeah, you have to manage it wisely, but if you just want to enjoy the view or just take a stroll, you can without stress. But once you get down to business,
Wow.
you have to do it smart.
Yeah, so I think all of these things combined, handmade quests and the gameplay systems, create for this really fun, unique experience.
Yeah, and you know what? I cannot wait to see what shenanigans players will
That's
get
super
up to playing
replayable
with those
then.
systems. I will be there
It's
watching
time.
it.
Same, same.
As you can imagine, last 2 years were really intense for us. I want to thank the whole Rebels pack. You are the best, and it's a privilege to work with you. The Blood of Dawnwalker is a very special game for us.
You can tell.
Because it's first, truly ours. What you have seen so far is only the beginning. In upcoming months,
Remember, it's a
we will
saga.
share more with you. But for now, I have one more surprise for you.
They put so much effort into this reveal. Lessons learned. Oh, I'm ready for it. Thank you, Mo, for the $1.99 donut. They're going to show some gameplay. I can see up the top. You know I like that shit. Oh my god. They've made vampires great again, haven't they? People were sick of vampires. Not anymore. Not with all the teeth growing. My goodness. What? If you're on Twitter, I can't see your comments either. Sorry. Come to YouTube. Actually, up the time mechanic doesn't limit stuff like other games. You mean like with Dragon's Dogma, how you had the mist? It makes your decisions count, though. It makes your choices have meaning to them. Realistic gameplay. Oh, let's go. The setting is so lovely. Oh my goodness. I'm glad I woke up early for this. I'm not usually glad. Witcher vibes surreal. This music's beautiful. Oh, God, what a fucking reveal this is. That is combat music too. Hope I'm not in the way too much. Alpha in-game footage. Oh my god. Oh, look at that. Oh, I want more. Game reveal summer 2025.
And we are back. And wow, do we have a lot to talk about. But first things first, some of those concept arts, I need them as wallpapers like yesterday.
Yeah, the main
if you can.
character's amazing.
That's okay, I got you covered, no worries.
Well, one of the big things that really, really matters in this game is that time matters. You're only going to have 30 days to make all of your decisions.
Well, it is
What is
actually
with that?
30 days and 30 nights. So as Coen,
So hot they
your
set up the
objective is
alarms.
to save your family. But how you do it, when you do it, and if you actually do it at all,
Timu
all depends on you
undies?
and your
Well,
decisions.
Wow.
It depends
now,
on where you
the
are.
astute amongst you watching at home will probably just have clicked that that is why there was a 30-day and 30-night countdown prior to the stream going live today. Just those little bits
Oh,
of
you
detail, all
sneaky
of the times, the
things.
full wolf moon. I love it. It makes me so excited to
You
see
know
what's
it's
coming.
little
But
special
the fact that decisions are going to matter
drips
in the
of
game.
passion in there.
I can't do everything, right? It's
That's
just
true.
not going to be possible.
Mm-hmm.
And not just that. It's the start of a whole saga. It's not just this game.
It is. It is
Huh.
an adventure through the ages where you walk the line between our world and its secret dark underbelly. And of course, while you'll get a complete satisfying story in this first installment, there will be so much more to unfold in the future titles.
It just sounds incredible. Honestly, it's a game I can't wait to play myself, and having got to see that
I wonder how
sneak
that
peek,
works when you
even
change
now, it
your
looks
outcomes
so
when it
beautiful.
comes with future
It's in Unreal Engine
installments.
5, right?
Yes, it is in the Unreal Engine 5 technology. You know, we filled it to the brim with
you read
cinematic dialogues and cutscenes. And since we are talking about the tech stuff, I do want to mention one more thing, which is the third-person perspective you could already see. And yes, the game will be in the third-person perspective.
Oh, thank you.
To give you that classic action RPG feel where you are really dropped into the middle of action.
That's exactly how an RPG should be. And one of the things that I learned here about the game, speaking of classic RPGs, the Blood of Dawnwalker will have no microtransactions.
No
It will
microtransactions,
have no
lock it in.
live service elements. There are going to be no NFTs or any of that stuff. It's just going to be a pure single-player experience, the kind of game.
Coen doesn't have to have a
that an
purple
RPG
outfit
should
on.
be.
That's right, that's right.
Wow.
No
now,
extra
we did
cheap
promise earlier that we'd keep our eyes
microtransaction.
on the questions coming in, so I will ask the big one. Dominica, do we have a release date?
Oh, I knew that would happen at some point. Okay. Well, about the release date, we are not
can't.
quite ready to announce it just yet, but don't worry. Once we are confident
Fair,
about
they've
this,
only been
we
working on
will
2
let you know,
years.
and we will definitely let all of you guys know as well. But in the meantime, join our official social media channels. We will be posting a lot in the upcoming months and giving you even more insight into the universe.
Oh, I
of
love
Dawnwalker.
that. I realise
Yes,
what the
and if
art
you
means
just can't
now.
wait for more
With
Dawnwalker
over his
content.
eyes.
Check out the upcoming issue of PC Gamer as well. It's just a few weeks away, and you're going to hear more about the world and the lore of Dawnwalker in there. So
Time Quest
make
and
sure
Time
that you
Limit's not
don't
a
miss
fan
it.
of them. I like to explore it. They did say that
But
you can explore the
with
world
that, we have
if you
reached the
don't
end
take
of everything we are here
make big
to share with you
decisions,
tonight.
then it won't
has been
speed
an
up time.
absolute
It's the
privilege
big
to be a part of
decisions,
this.
Oh, thank
the
you
milestones
so much, Lionheart.
that
Thank
speed
you
up
so
time,
much to
that
all
count
of
as a
you
day.
watching us today. We're so happy that we could finally
You know what I mean?
share all these cool things we have been working on with you. And we will meet again this summer to talk more about the Blood of Dawnwalker, this time focusing on the gameplay features and unveiling how it actually plays. Until then,
Thank you so much for joining us tonight, everyone. Stay safe, and we will see you soon.
bye.
No, they've only been working on 2 years, so I hope they're going to show the Polish trailer to it, I believe. It's not a real day cycle. No, it's not. Yes, third person. Third person, and the 30-day, 30-night thing only counts when you make pivotal decisions in the game. So you can go explore the world and all of the little mysteries and all that, and it won't tick off that time, which is very cool. I wouldn't be fucking with it otherwise, I don't think. But I don't know how it works if it's a saga and you have the next installation, and if you change how I don't know how it crosses over from one to the next. If one save crosses over to the next one, I don't know. Hopefully they play it again. I'll have to find the trailer again if I can't. If I don't do it. I don't think I can go back at a Twitch stream, huh? Let's see if I can find Maybe they might have dropped the trailer straight away on YouTube. Yeah, save transfer, the one that you like, maybe. That would be very cool if you had like 3 different versions that you did, and then you could load each one. I don't know how they're going to do that. All right, where's their open a new window? Let's see if they replay the trailer. Save transfer is usually the only way, like Mass Effect. Could you... But I don't know how that's going to work with this when you make like crazy different decisions. That looks amazing. Let me try and find it. Let's see if they put it up yet. YouTube. Surely they would have dropped it already. No, I don't want to hear my own bloody trailer. Let me go search Dawnwalker trailer. They should have dropped it straight away, you'd think. Oh, I got it. I found it. Hang on. Let me play it for you. Studio mode. Come here, mouse. Open that up. And published by Bandai Namco too. Lovely. Okay, let me bring this up. Studio mode. Window capture. Here it comes. Look at me. God, aren't you proud? Ready? Here it comes. You missed out if you dropped off. Dummy. Right, play. Right, we're watching this again. Studio mode. Told you I'd look after you, didn't I?
It must be here somewhere.
Now we get to examine it. I didn't watch on Note 9. That's what it is, isn't it?
It's all right.
There's a pretty boy there. Now you know what's going to happen to him.
Lunka! Don't hurt her! You gave us quite the chase, young.
Please, sir. She's just a child.
Roderick, remind me. Did I make an exception for children?
No, sire.
I thought that.
No.
Do
That
it.
would have been foolish, would it not? They spread the plague just as well as adults. And there's only one way to
so
stamp
familiar,
out
Coen.
this sickness. No! Not just a runner, but a fighter, too. Had we met under a different moon, things might have ended different.
This is nuts. Look at him. Watch this stuff. That one's evolved. He's got all the teeth. Oh my god. I love that bit.
Lunka?
I love the part they're talking about. Oh, he's full bang. He's ready to make some more. Big boy's evolved.
My sister. She needs help. Fast. Please.
It's an old
Just pass through. I beg of you. Please. Please.
Look at his. Oh, that just freaked me out. I love how at nighttime you have purpose. Oh, there's purpose of the nighttime. It's not just, oh, hurry up and just sleep the next day. It's on all platforms.
I don't know.
Creed's being naughty.
I am life.
It's on them all.
am death.
Yeah, the leg was good.
Everything in
He made it up. It's not true. It's on all platforms.
Pestilence, famine, killing, blood spilled carelessly like water.
God, Pete, you're going to start this rumour now. It's not Xbox exclusive. That part. Oh, my Lord.
For all of you.
He looks so familiar. Does he look like... Who does he look like? I wish they would have set better expectations. That gameplay they showed... Oh, the little bit of the... on the mountain.
Can we stop with the self-care week? Like, what if we did adult weeks instead? Think about it. Instead of laying in bed and rotting away, we literally just dedicate an entire week to tackling...
You stop it. This is my watch party, not your advertising party. One more time. What did you want to see? You wanted them to wait and do more gameplay. I like the fact that they just... Oh, we didn't get to see all the music in this one. And they said the story behind it, why they made their development team, how they made the development team, who they are, what the story's about. Way better than just showing gameplay. Unless you missed all that, Joe. I don't know if you missed all that main part, which is the most important part, I think. I don't know what he was tackling. He was tackling something.
It's all right. It's all right.
The whole start of this showed the most. You want to rot in bed like the... Yeah.
You gave us quite the chase.
That Alice.
Just a child. Ah, Roderick, remind me. Did I make an exception for children?
No, sire.
No. That would have been foolish, would it not?
I want to see him
They
punch
spread
him
the
real
plague
quick
just
again.
as well as adults. And there's only one way to stamp out
Where's
this
that?
sickness.
I'm going to read you this.
No! Not just a runner, but a fighter too. Had we met under a different moon, things might have ended there.
The fuck is it gone? No black screen? No. Bring it back. Bring it back. Thank you. If they said no gameplay, we're just talking about the game, would have been fine. What says 26? Well, I'm not going to cry about that. I know what you mean though, because I'm like, let's go, and then it's like, oh, okay. I like the fact that nighttime, and they sort of talked about magic and how it's such a shame it doesn't have the whole thing. They talked about magic and how it's not your typical kind of fireballs and what you're used to.
My sister. She needs
It's
help.
a new one.
Fast. Please.
So I was trying to bring up the information about the team.
Please.
Yeah.
Please.
Fixed it. Well, there's not a lot of gameplay to analyse. We'd have to go back to their live stream, I think, to show that.
I don't know. How?
I am life. I am death.
This is for people that care about story.
I am everything.
I think people have cared less about story as the years goes on.
Valley. Pestilence. Famine. Killing. Blood spilled carelessly like water. Things will be different now. For all of you.
I'm gonna grab this window. Don't you dare run it out again. All right, let me find this window. Come here, you stupid mouse. All right, we want the window capture. I want this. We want to bring this out here. All right, Rebel Wolves, let's have a little looky. So, CEO and game director, over 17 years of experience in the video game industry, from tester to lead to executive producer to game director, Witcher 3, over 254 Game of the Year awards and over 30 million copies sold, as well as Cyberpunk. That's our boy there. Conrad. Can we just sift through these? Robert? No, Robert's he's a bit later in the team. Hang on. Give me the team now. Here we go. Daniel Sadowski. 15 years experience in game development, leading project and teams, including 10 years running a studio, 7 years experience as a lecturer in game development, course director at the Polish-Japanese Academy of IT. Over 150 successfully completed student projects. Let's move to the next one. Oh, here we go. Here's Jacob there. Jacob. Yes, exactly. You've got the guts of the team. So this is the narrative director and main writer. This is our boy. 10 years experience as a video game writer and story designer. Thank you, Witcher 3, Cyberpunk 2077. Thronebreaker. I don't know what Thronebreaker is. Do you? I don't. An award-winning best-selling novelist. I have said over and over again, can we please have fucking authors? And here we are. One of his books is currently being adapted into a major motion picture. Is it? He is our only hope, this guy here. Jacob. And I can't pronounce his name. Narrative director, main writer. Good. Next. Robert. 18 years of experience in IT, international environment, including running companies and startups, critical thinking, problem solving. Next. He looks very familiar to me. I don't know why. Thomas. He's in the marketing team. 20 years of experience gained at EA and CD Projekt Red. Well, that's a good thing because you know they're not going to fuck it up after that. Member of the core team behind Witcher 3 and Cyberpunk 2077 global marketing campaigns. Yes, he's done a good job with this. Though I did not know that this was going to drop until a couple of days ago. So they dropped a creator kit and everything like that, which was very smart. But I only just saw it. They've got HR manager, general counsel. Do we miss anybody? Art director, 17 years. Worked on all Witcher games, initially as a concept artist, then art director. Check. And that's the team. But this guy here, load it. It's all in his hands. I think it's great. Thronebreaker is a Witcher card battler. Oh, one of these did Gwent. I can't remember which dude it was. He was like the Gwent creator. I don't know where he is. Oh, it's him. I think I remember reading about him. Is this guy? 13 years experience. Thank you. Me. A little bit about me. I have 13 years experience in the video game industry. Head of quality assurance for Witcher 2 and Witcher 3. Lead producer of Gwent. Sorry. I suck missing him. Oh. I need help with his name. How do I pronounce his name? Help. Do we have any Polish people in here? I don't know how to pronounce his name. Somebody type it phonetically in chat so I can be graceful about it. Lead producer of Gwent, The Witcher game, Thronebreaker, and Cyberpunk 2077. Recently responsible for the post-launch update of Cyberpunk 2077 and Next Gen Edition. Experience managing big teams and complex processes. Oh, I think it'll be very special. I don't know how people are going to welcome the time part of it, because maybe they just don't understand how that's going to work. I think, yeah, you'll have to have a brain to enjoy this game, I think. And, preferably like reading books too. Who's this guy? I missed him. Thomas. 16 years experience as a gameplay engine programmer. Worked on all Witcher games, including in lead and principal expert programmer roles. Look at the guts of all these. Okay. What about the first name? Shit. do it. Wuji Sik. Oh no, I can't do it. God, I have to get Google to do it. So that is the team. Hey, I missed you. 11 years experience running companies, strong financial. Oh, he's the money man. He's the money man. Good. Next. And then we did him, and there's the main guy. This one. Executive producer, game director, Witcher 3, and Cyberpunk. There you go. So that's it. That looks amazing. I think it looks good. Do you like it or no? I should have called it a watch party, not urgent stream. I didn't know till last night. It was like 4 o'clock in the morning. I came downstairs and I'm like, okay, but live stream this. My God. But yes, this will be published by Bandai Namco. So you can't go wrong with them, really, can you now? I love and leave you. Thank you for hanging out and choosing to spend this time with me. You could have been anywhere else. And even $2 Temu Undies is with us today. Welcome. I just watched Rebel Wolf's Twitch channel. I'm so excited. Candace, it looks amazing, doesn't it? It looks sick. Yeah, I think it looks amazing. So that's the team. We've done the team. Window capture. No signal. I love and leave you. Thank you. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification button. I have no hype for Witcher 4, but I'm excited for this. Yeah, fair enough. I have no hype. Thank you, Sazon. Whenever there's something super interesting, I'll always jump on, even if it's like crazy times of the day and night. Naughty Dog should have grabbed that producer. They should have grabbed all. They should have grabbed them all by it. Looks lovely. All right, be good, and I will see you in the next live stream, whenever that is. Till then, have a lovely day. Oh, yeah, look at me go. Till next time. Bye-bye, Team Undies. Bye-bye, Witcher. Bye-bye, Kara. Thank you for identifying the castle. I would have never known. I want to fly over to Microsoft Flight Simulator. And remember, it is on all platforms. Don't listen to Preet. Preet was telling Porkies.
Underfoot, the way I like it.
There's a quickie. A quickie morning stream. And if you're over on Twitter, I didn't read one message. So you need to come over to youtube.com/EpicTreasure. If you know it's good. And I didn't even see anybody on Twitch. Well, we have one Twitch. Alright, let us fix this. This will become available on YouTube very shortly. I have to clip it all. Okay, going.